Alright, so I'm going to be continuing from level 8, dungeon level 8, also known as the 4th area of the catacombs, the 4th floor. I've already done the Chamber of Bone quest. I'm going to show you my level along with my gear. So, you can see my current strength, magic, dexterity, vitality, the amount of life and mana I currently have, the crit chance that I have, the crit damage that I deal, along with my current resist levels. My highest so far being at resist lightning, my magic find, my level progression, spell level, and resisting of knockback, along with our to hit percentage, armor class, our damage here, and the DFE along with damage resist, current experience level, and the next level experience I need to meet in order for me to get to level 16. Presently I have the Hot Pugio of Piercing. I don't know if it's pronounced Pugio or Pugio, but I'm just pronouncing it like that for now until I'm corrected otherwise. Also I have studded leather gloves here, Imperium Band, along with the Blessed Belt, or should I say Blessed, Arcane's Valor, the Agate Good... I'm messing up these names. Agate Hood of Ability, along with our Amulet of Endurance, Storm Touch, Hero's War Mace, along with just some leather boots, really. And for secondary equipment here, it's Longsword of the Leech. But anyway, let's just make our way down to level 9. Everything's been fully repaired, so let's just get this underway.
It's hot down here.
Indeed.
Too much baggage.
I don't think I can actually wear those anyway. Oh, you son of a gun. Where'd you come from? Ooh, start moving, start moving.
Too much baggage. I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Understood. many monsters coming in. Jeez.
Pawn some of this stuff. I can't carry anymore.
I don't have any relics of Town Portal.
Too much baggage, peace, my friend.
Trap disarm. Yeah, I know I can. Actually, no, I can't do anything with that. Yeah, I'd like to pick up some of that stuff. Just won't be able to yet. So I may very well have to be sticking with what I currently have equipped, and then backtracking shortly after I get around the town portal. Oh, there's one right there. Nice. Just as I was talking about, a town portal relic on appears.
Hello, my friend.
Let me just put this out of the way. Mana regeneration. And although dagger ability is nice, I don't want to have to worry about the deficit of strength should I decide to equip that. Dequip, de-equip. All depends on pronunciation.
Hello, good friend.
So there's a single sword. Another sword there. I think I actually would like this randomized damage though, as opposed to the steel to 1 life, but there is more damage I can deal with this weapon. Time for that bad tracking. So about these demi-gauntlets. I can wear them, just haven't identified them yet. Alright, so what are you, and how come you require so much? Oh, snap. Oh, that's totally fine. Wait, was that your screen or mine? Because there are moments where I feel like my screen is darker than what it displays on OBS. I would like that weapon, but by the time I even get my stats to around 81 strength, 75 fit, I'll find something better. This is what it feels like. I do like these, so. I feel like target knockback is only really effective when it comes to enemies that are constantly marching towards you, even after they're getting knocked back. It's only really effective against enemies that are really, like, continuously trying to pursue you endlessly. Not so effective against those who...
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Monsters that may do a bit of a stutter step. Oh yes. It could possibly be a computer issue. But as far as playing the Hell 1 before this, definitely. I played the Hell 1 years before the Hell 2 even came around. And I enjoyed that mod a lot. That's basic though. It's not gonna sell for anything. I'm not even gonna waste time with it. Oh my gosh. So there's the stairs down to level 10, at least. Oh, it's the barrels, they're in the way. Oh, it's still in the way. Yeah. Not many people know. That's the thing. Not many people know about the Hell 1. Feels like there's only a select few out of the 100 that do, but... once you really start to get into This one, so far, in comparison to the first one, really has me going when it comes to the perk system. That's a major difference in comparison to this one. And the jogging ability while you're in a dungeon, when you're out of battle, it just makes the pace of the game a whole lot faster in your favor. Because it's like how it is when it comes to the Hell 1, the movement in the dungeon is very much similar to the original Diablo. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter whether or not if you're in battle, you're always going to be moving around that same pace. But in this one, you can clearly see that your character moves a whole lot faster when he or she is not in battle in comparison to when they are in battle. So that's a feature that I really enjoy in this game. In this mod, I should say. Alright, so I think I just cleared this whole map area. We can then be descending down to level 10. But since this mod is currently in early access, we're still reporting bugs
I can't
to
get
Mordor
there from here.
These guys are savage. So that mob nearly just took me down. Thank goodness that I had plenty of potions.
Too much baggage. Yeah, in the original the Hell in the Hell mod, the first one, there's a jog feature, but it only applies in town. It doesn't apply in a dungeon. And we gotta level up. Thank goodness for that. So that's more vitality.
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Discovering the hell, you finally convinced your best friend to give Diablo a go since he's never played it. You were recommended to play the Hell 1 as if you were planning a playthrough. If you were planning a playthrough, but since there were still tons of game-breaking bugs and quirks ironed out before the Hell 2 was considered stable. Yes, that is true. There are plenty of bugs that... I'm sure there are plenty of bugs that have still yet to be discovered. But if you want a game that will make you feel more accustomed to how to fit a playstyle around the difficulty, you could start with the Hell 1. Just keep in mind that there won't be a perk system there, unlike this one, and there won't be a jog feature in the dungeon, just only in town, and you'll be alright. There are 6 classes. There are only 6 classes in the Hell 1 though. In this game, each class has a subclass in a sense. Or should I say, they have legitimate subclasses, but as far as specialties go for each subclasses, for each of them, they have not been completely ironed out yet. I think there's only two subclasses that have specialties apart, that set them apart from the remainder, but let me get into those 6 subclasses from the Hell 1. You have the Paladin, the Scout, Assassin, Monk, Gladiator, and Mage. The Mage class as a whole can be very tricky, because unlike the original Diablo, where you can get away with a whole bunch of stuff as a sorcerer, the Hell 1 made it to where it's going to be more difficult to play as a mage. There were some spells that were actually removed and replaced. For instance, Chain Lightning, can't believe I'm butchering this again. Chain Lightning, that has been removed from the Hell mod. That, and of course, there are monsters that actually do have immunities to a good bit of the spells that the mage can use. So it's really forcing you to strategize. Depending on the situation you're in. Mana Shield, of course, is still effective, but when you find yourself in the middle of a huge mob pack, it's best for you to well, obviously teleport out of there before you really catch some serious heat. Then you have the Scout, which is pretty much Archer above everything else. When it comes to equipping bows and some crossbows, more dexterity line, Scout's going to be the best there is when it comes to that. They have a skill known as Infravision, which, as you should already know with the original Diablo, it allows you to see the enemies ahead. See the enemies where the light radius can't pick up, which is awesome. A crazy trap. Yeah, there were some spells I actually consider OP, like the Chain Lightning I was mentioning before. A single cast of that and that same spell will just target every single every single monster
Too much baggage.
that was on the screen. So, yeah, that was definitely pretty OP. Mordor was like, nah, we're not gonna let that. We're not gonna let the mage get away with
I
that.
gotta pawn some of this stuff.
I think there are some moments where he just really doesn't like mage. He just has a hate towards the mage, so he just keeps trying to. He kept trying to nerf it over and over again for the patches, but there is one devoted mage player. Oh, it's no problem.
Hello, my friend.
There are moments where I don't even look at the screen when the messages even make their way across. So my response will actually be more delayed than yours.
Greetings.
That's an interesting piece right there.
Good hero, a moment of your time, please.
Oh, boy.
While attending one of the townsfolk who had taken quite ill, I noticed something odd about his home. There were strange sounds and a sickly sweet smell rising from the cellar. Thinking perhaps these fumes had something to do with his sickness, I investigated. In his cellar were monstrous worms, shifting and squirming up from the underground. I beg of you, slay these creatures before they can make their way into the town. I left the door to his house open for you. It is the one opposite of mine.
Unfortunately, no. And naturally, ever since I started, ever since I've really gotten into the Hell mod, I always kept a metal note to carry some repair powders with me. Because
What ails you, my friend?
one of the features in this game is that when you're in a battle, you can't just cast a town portal and just be on your way out into town. You have to fight all the monsters there. And there are some crazy moments that you're going to encounter, because it's really not a matter of if, it's only when, that monsters are just going to be pressurizing you to the point where your armor is about to break or whatever have you, and you just may need to have that repair What was it? Repair oil. Handy.
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Interesting sledgehammer. I wonder what the speed is on this thing. Well, it's not necessarily a speed issue, is it? No, it's not a speed issue. But I definitely like this one. I already have a sword on there. I like the amount of damage I can do with this thing. 63 to 105. And the crit damage, my goodness.
Kill you.
So there are moments where that could happen as well. That's the thing. And the way Mordor and the Hell team have made this mod, they do it with the intent to scare you. In some cases, to where you're like, oh shoot, what do I do? But it's pretty simple here. I'm gonna fight. I'm hoping for a lot of crits to happen. Yeah, the repair skill is not for the gladiator. Instead, he has this reflect skill. Depending on the class, you get a skill that you can use that's pretty much expense free. But you have to be careful on when you use it. And sometimes reflect can be a double-edged sword. It may very well do good in some situations, but in most situations, it will mean that the enemy will be able to do more damage to you. Which is kind of weird. I always thought that reflect would make your gladiator tougher. But even after all this time, I still haven't gotten the whole gist of reflect. Originally, it was used as a shield to reduce damage. Even then, throughout the earlier patches around 2007, 2008, it had a different name. It was referred to as Aegis. It really feels like that right now, because I still don't know exactly when and when not to use reflect, so I just don't use it. Suppose I could always ask on Discord and help clear the air on that. Which reminds me, give me just a minute. This shouldn't take very long. I have There we go. Didn't take very long. But I just put it out in detail in the Discord, and I'll be sure to read it out loud. I have never gotten the gist of Reflect when it comes to Gladiator or any other class. Please tell me the appropriate moments of when and when not to use Reflect. And got plenty of active people over there on the Discord, so they'll be sure to tell me. But I'm thinking about whether or not to go into the Infested Cellar, or just continue down to level 11. There he is, Mordor, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the man behind it all. He's gonna tell me.
Hello, my friend.
I wonder if he's going to even visit the stream since it's live. But only will guess. Alright. So, crazy thing about the Infested Cellar. It's going to be filled with a whole bunch of worms and stuff, so yeah, here we go. It's a side quest, and you're not able to save in these quest maps. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that goes. As far as importing their classics on cell phones, it'd be kinda weird. For me anyway, since I've gotten used to PC for so long. Also, the music can be pretty crazy here. Okay, there's a ton of them here. I could see touch-based Diablo being a thing. Oh my goodness. Alright, so apparently this is his direct response. Right now, never use it, honestly. He says he needs to pay attention to all these moments in the mod, and it all takes time. Reflect just needs to be redesigned in a more appropriate way so that it becomes attractive to use, but not as attractive to be used at all times. In short, at some moment he'll get to it and remake it, and just need to fill all the content regarding all these new 29 classes into Hell 2. So that's his answer when it comes to Reflect, and I could totally understand that. The Hell 2 is, of course, a brand new set of work for him, so it's only fair that I wait until he gets around to working out the whole thing with Reflect. Oh, joy. You have these guys, too. I have 38 more monsters left, so I may very well just have to play it safe and regenerate to a decent amount of health, then go into the fray. It kind of makes that reply right there. That comment actually kind of has me wondering what it would be like if it was multiplayer. I suppose if there was a hardcore mode or something, and you decided that you wanted to... that you just wanted to slide the tab away to prevent yourself from losing character. And you have multiplayer hardcore just for the sole purpose of being able to do that. I might survive. Have 30 monsters left. Oh, freaking A. Okay. Just wait right here. Nice. Oh, still wait. So, that's it. When it comes to reflect, just never use it. His exact words. Never use it right now. Wait until he redesigns it. Yeah, I'm able to do that, but there are moments where I'll just have to move around like crazy to prevent the enemies from successfully hitting me with the... what was it? With the projectile. That, and every time when they do that, it's like the acid hounds in Diablo 1, the original, where if you stand in a spot for too long, you're taking gradual damage, and you definitely don't want to do that in this area. Especially since you can't save, and which means that if you were to die here in this quest area, then you have to restart from scratch from the very beginning, and you definitely don't want to do that. So now we're down to 24 monsters. My regeneration should increase when I stand idle for a bit. And there it is. It probably would have. It's one of those you never know until you give it a shot moments. So Definitely can't knock the whole WSAD potential. $21 more monsters left. It's gonna get really hairy from here on. There it is. Also, the amount of experience, I'm getting right now is pretty cool. How many points do I have? Because naturally, I was just using Strong Arm and Slayer. And I currently have 7 more points I can use. I mean, there is a here and now, but I don't necessarily want to abuse that. And all I need is for, what was it, Swift Arm? It was a Swift Learner, that's what it is. I need Swift Learner to a certain level before I get to here and now. Alright, so what do we have here? It does. I know, right? It is a pretty crazy feature to have in this game. I hope it doesn't get too abusive to where people can just get to the here and now thing within a few levels and just gain, instantly level themselves up. Because there was a moment where I was suggesting that there would be this ability to where you can reset your perk system, similar to how you can reset your skill tree in Diablo 2 as a reward for doing, for doing a small quest for one of the sisters. Do not remember her name, but she's more of a magician than anything else. And what else was there? Right, and you can do that for once for every difficulty, normal, nightmare, and hell. So if this game were to do something similar to that, one for horror difficulty, one for Purgatory, and one for Doom, that would be pretty interesting. As long as there's a very nice balance to it. Yeah, there's always that conversation being brought up, but if anything, this is something that we both believe in, and at the same time, gotta admit, it wasn't the same team. It was not the same team Yeah, you can kind of sort of say that actually. I played this game a whole lot more than I've ever played. What was it? Than I've ever played Diablo 3. There may be that occasion where I'll revisit again due to a season coming in, but shortly after the journey, I'm like, no, I'm not going to continue grinding this game. I'm going to go back to playing the hell, because this is, what was it? Diablo, the first Diablo, is where it really started for me in ARPGs. Back when I was a child still, so... yeah. Soft leather gloves and stuff like that. So it kind of feels like it's fate at this point. No matter what other video games I'll play, I'm always finding myself coming back to this one. Three more monsters to go. See, I'm trying to move around. This way they won't get a fix on me. And last one.
The town is safe from these foul spawn.
Indeed they are. And now we can just get out. We don't have to worry about wasting town portal or anything. We can just get out of here. Because basic items are useless and I'm not going to waste time with picking those up. There was SNES, and for me there was Diablo, and there was also the PlayStation. And PlayStation stories.
Hello, my friend.
Where do I begin with that, right? So there was this demo CD that introduced me to a lot of games like 2 Extreme, Crash Bandicoot. There was Jet Moto. There was also, my goodness, I could go back. There was also Final Fantasy V, the first real, what was it, turn-based RPG I played. This was pretty insane in its own right. I honestly had no idea what I was doing. My brother just handed me the controller and he's like, here, I want you to control a character and see how far you can go with it. Well, I control these other 3. Sweet, what? But as far as Zelda Link to the Past, I haven't really played that game. That was all my brother. He was playing that game a whole lot more than I was. I was just watching him play because I was like, oh snap, he's really into these games and I definitely don't want to be in his way, so I'll just sit back here and watch. I was like, oh man. They don't make games like they used to. They definitely don't. And there are plenty of children nowadays who just have no idea how good games really were back then, back in the 90s. I would say from what was it, from mid 80s all the way up to early 2000s. And there you go. Mid 80s to early 2000s, and there you go. Probably the best gaming experience you're going to be coming across. Get rid of that. Where is it? Is this one? That's what it is. It was that one. Makes sense. Okay, 43% to mana. Nah, we're not gonna worry about that. But the experience gain, what was it? Yeah, the experience gain affix in this game, in this mod, I should say. It's really cool.
Hello, my friend.
Soul Blazer. I mean, I've heard of Soul Blazer. I personally have not played any of them.
Greetings.
And now I feel like I'm missing out. Dagnabbit. No joke. I really feel like I'm missing out right now.
Once again, you have saved this humble town from the encroaching evil. We are, as always, forever in your debt.
Alright, Pepin.
What ails you, my friend?
There were some video games that were for the PS2 that a friend of mine was telling me about. And he's like, man, you have not lived until you played this game. So he lets me borrow it, and I'll be like, man, where have I been all my life because of this game? It was really cool. One of those games, for me, was Dark Cloud. Once I've really taken time to understand the whole gist of that game, I enjoyed that for a long time. I had this crazy file where I was playing for hundreds of hours on end, just on that game. And there was also Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation. That also really had me going. It's like, it was another oh snap moment, as in another really interesting game that had me going. And there was no telling when I was going to go to sleep. Also, back then I didn't really have access to any memory cards because I didn't have any money at the time. So I would leave my game running. I would wait until my friend came in, and I would borrow his memory card just to save. Just to save my data so I can turn off the PlayStation 2. It was funny. There was Soul Blazer, which was the first one. Then came Illusion of Gaia, and lastly, Terranigma. To me, the first one really stood out because, dude, it's basically Dark Cloud predecessor. Understood. It's usually the first ones of the trilogies that really make them stand, that really does a solid job in standing out. Because that's where it all began. So it just truly makes sense. Because back then, we can also agree on the fact that you never had to worry about locking game content behind a paywall that's already on the CD. But if you pay us more than the original gaming price, which was insanely high as is, we'll just unlock this content for you. That's already on the disc. No! The Dark Cloud games were awesome, but they felt a bit repetitive, especially the first one, even though they tried to refrain from making the game so by making the dungeons procedurally generated, like Diablo. Yeah. I will admit there was a moment where the replay value became non-existent after a while. Oh my gosh. I do not want to be a part of that. But I do remember it as one of those games that I've enjoyed throughout my high school years. From 2002 to 2006. Then, what else was there for me? If I really had to think about it. Oh yeah, there was Super Mario RPG. As soon as I attempted to pick it up, my friend was like, the moment you start playing this game, it's not going to feel like your typical Super Mario game. Your typical response would be, well, what do you mean by that, right? Turns out, the moment I started playing the game, it's exactly like a turn-based RPG. Hence the reason why it was named that, but I was like, oh snap, I thought it was something different. Man, I thought it was something completely different other than... What was it? I thought it was something similar to a time scroller. Not a time scroller. I mean, side scroller. I was dead wrong. It was one of the first Mario games that was really introducing you to 3D features on the Super Nintendo. Thought it was a really cool story behind it too. You have the whole world that is being, what was it? You thought it was just going to be your typical Bowser captures the princess, Mario comes in to be her hero, and all she wrote. And it was like, at the end of the day, that's it, right? No. There was a huge plot twist after that. A huge sword comes out of the sky, tears a new one into the Star World, into the Star Road, and then just makes a huge impact on the world. Separates the three, and then you find yourself, what was it, encountering this giant sword for the first time, which you later on find out as you play through the game is a huge gateway into this crazy looking factory, right? But long before then, you're fighting against these, what was it? These characters. What was it? Known as, which are actually living weapons. Which eventually, after you defeat those weapons, you make your way towards the blacksmith who created them all. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, that helped me out, actually. I always thought it was funny. Oh, I survived! Awesome, I survived. Oh snap. I thought I had it.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, there's nothing.
What ails you, my friend?
Yeah, I still have a PlayStation 2 as well. No doubt. I don't think I'm ever getting rid of my... I strongly doubt that I'm ever getting rid of my PlayStation 2. There's that, and... what else is there? There's... what was I thinking about just now? Oh yeah, my Nintendo 64. I've recently gotten an AC adapter and AV cable, so I can actually start playing more of GoldenEye 007 again. So that's always awesome. That's a good question. I bet there are a lot of people out there who who got rid of their PlayStation 2 wishing that they had one. I'd be like, man, that's a silly thing to do. Yeah, it's definitely a good place of history. And if we were to talk about history for real, when it comes to, what was it, how sequels of games came to be, if it was one fighting game series that I had respect for, long before a certain installment came into play, it was the Soul Calibur series. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there was the original Soul Edge, for the PlayStation, and then there was Soul Calibur for the PlayStation. Well, not PlayStation. I mean the Dreamcast. Totally awesome. When my brother started playing that game, I was snapped. I had no idea what he was doing or what he was playing or what character he was using. All sorts of crazy stuff, right? But turned out that he was using a Fuma ninja by the name of Taki, which I still had no idea who or what that was. All I know is that it's a cool game that I haven't played before, and I just wanted to play it. Right?
Please, no hurt, no kill. Keep alive, and next time good bring to you.
Oh yeah. See, that's a downer right there. No more support for the PlayStation 2. That's... Oh my gosh. You also notice how they were doing classic versions of everything now? Just making it pretty much to where you can just fit the system in the palm of your hand, take it with you anywhere, and just play whatever limited amount of games that they have.
Something for you I am making. Again, not kill Garbad. Live and give good. You'll take this as proof I keep word.
Okay, sure. But I'm gonna have to kill that guy. He's gonna try something.
Nothing yet. Almost done. Very powerful, very strong. Live, live, no pain, and promise I keep.
Oh, right. But to be fair, they've been doing that same Create a Soul since Soul Calibur 3. But the main reason why most of the gaming world didn't know about that is because if you didn't own a PlayStation 2, you didn't get a copy of Soul Calibur 3.
This too good for you. Very powerful. You want, you take.
So, yeah, the whole thing with, what was it? Soul Calibur 3, Create a Soul, that was back in 2005. And I was playing that for a pretty good while. Felt pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I'm not impressed either, man. Just a terrible piece of junk. Yeah, not impressed. Yeah, it's yeah, I definitely played a lot of the second one too. I thought the replay value on that game when I was around, what was it? How old was I back then? I say around like 15, 16 years old. I got that game around 2000. Yeah, I got that game around 2003, 2004. It was a really cool experience for me playing Soul Calibur 2. So I was just thinking, what were they going to do with the next installment, right? It turned out I enjoyed that one even more. What they had that mode, Chronicles of the Sword. Totally awesome there. And with that mode, you pretty much have your created characters. And back then, what was it, with Create a Soul, they had up to, I like to say up to 17 different fighting styles, custom fighting styles, that the original characters didn't even use. 17 custom fighting styles that made your character truly unique. But ever since 4 came out, they limited that whole Create a Soul thing to where they only had the original character fighting styles, which was a bit of a downer for me because I was like, man, where in the world are these custom fighting styles now? They're all gone. Nonetheless, I still played the game, and that was mainly because of the online ability that it had. Soul Calibur 4 I'm referring to. Let me read this right away. Oh, I forgot to mention, concerning Dark Cloud 1 and 2, the producers even went out admitting in their later interviews that in retrospect, that they feel like they didn't quite achieve the replayability they wanted to accomplish when producing the Dark Cloud, but they were satisfied for actually bringing something new and original to the plate, even though Soul Blazer originally came up with the concept of rescuing and restoring villages and NPCs and stuff. NPCs. Yeah, there was that part, and I did like how Dark Cloud was doing their weapon leveling up system. And there I go, I used that thing again. Probably gonna get wrecked now. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. Yeah, that's a really good point there, actually. That's a really good point. Illusion of Gaia, or Illusion of Time, as some countries names it, or even Terranigma, didn't feel like they were proper sequels building on the same concept. Even though the majority preferred those two last games more than the first, which is a bloody shame. Oh, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I mean, if you really feel that you had to get something off your chest, then by all means. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. They probably didn't think I was going to go in there after them. But it's all good. Oh yeah, there's also the auto pickup feature in this game when it comes to gold. Gold you can just run up to and your character automatically picks it up. But in the Hell, you actually have to take your time to pick up the gold. Well, just click on it and your character picks it up and it automatically dispenses into your pile of gold that you have. You can actually go up to 50,000 gold pieces per pile, or should I say per square in a sense, when it comes to the inventory. Oh my goodness.
Greetings!
Now, I'm not so sure whether or not it actually applies for the Hell, but the way the durability system works is that once your current durability goes down to goes down to 1, then your item is red, and you notice that your max durability starts to decrease until it matches that present number, 1. Then you notice that
What ails you, my friend?
you will no longer have that item. Got a Mace of Wrecking. Interesting. Fire damage on top of fire. Sledgehammer. Oh, I can't wear that. Gotta switch it out. Oh yeah. That was annoying. You can only have up to 5,000 gold per square. That was even more annoying. Okay, that's happening up there.
Too much baggage.
Although it's more realistic, even though nothing else is actually too realistic about Diablo, I wouldn't mind if they went on newage about the money. I didn't treat it as an inventory item, but rather a separate inventory or counter, and that killing an enemy that drops gold that you instantly just receive in your inventory. Yeah, that's a very interesting part right there. I can agree with that. Oh, I'm coming after you, Imp Rogue. There we go. Got rid of you. Now there are two monsters that I haven't beaten yet. Unfortunately, they're preventing me from saving the game. Oh, you! You a savage. Where are you going? Oh, you mother. There we go. We got him. He wanted to be tricky. Where's that other monster, though? Is that you? You're casting Fireball? No! No! You're kidding me. Thank goodness you're non-fire immune. Where the heck is that guy? Finally got you, you dog. Alright then. Oh man. Trap you in there, like the rat you are. Or should I say, rat he was. Okay, that's enough. Back into town after killing those lot, killing that lot right there. Got an axe of slaying. Interesting. Resist all. Got armor class against demons, which really helps. Actually, I'm thinking about just keeping that still. 35, 37. What's my damage going to be like? Okay, it's going to be up there for sure. But in order for me to actually start being able to use, what was it, Town Portal? Gotta increase my points of magic again. So there's that.
What ails you, my friend?
Wait, what were you thinking about? Was it what I just said? Hero's War Mace. That's good.
Greetings!
Oh, you mean killing an enemy that just drops gold? Oh, right. The separate counter. Yeah, I got what you were saying. Just having it as a separate counter. It would be pretty cool if they had that in the game. Just have it as a separate counter. I'm not sure if that thing even applies in Diablo 2, actually.
Too much baggage.
Oh, okay. If this game was more real life. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I will admit, that would be something. But I'm not sure if I actually want to be a part of that, considering how scary it can get. Man, that could get scary real quick. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Alright, so what do we have? Oh, we have a puzzle. So this is going to be an interesting puzzle. You have to hit the right statue a total of 9 times, right? In the right sequence. Okay, that's just wrong right there. That's the right statue. If it flashes at you, then that's the right statue. I gotta do that again. Okay, that's 2. Reset. 1, 2. Okay, that's not it. 1. Okay, that's not right. It's more of a guessing game. Oh, snap. That's crazy. What? Which one is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. I got 3 more to go. That's 7. Oh gosh. Dagnabbit. Did it wrong again. Wrong again. Oh, dead wrong. How am I messing this up now? There it is. No! Why did I do that? Goodness me. Okay, that's it. We got it. It's like, oh gosh. Imagine Diablo being a strictly realistic ARPG. With the ability to have like just a pouch of incredible healing potions that can only be drunk once before needing to meet with the guy in a village to have it refilled, or like just a single sleeve for an extra weapon on your belt or back or another space that you're currently armed with. And that depending on the armor, that could protect you immensely but slow you down substantially. And receiving wounds that wouldn't heal without operation, or other realistic features. And needing to get like help from a shrink from a village because your character is suffering from anxiety or insomnia and can't continue slaying demons and venturing through the dungeons before you're mentally stable again. And ultimately the end game would be like your character's realization that there's no such thing like Diablo, just part of the character's vivid imagination that the character conjures as a means to fight his inner demons. Oh my goodness. If someone was trapped in a dream world like that, that could be scary on so many levels for them. No doubt. Now we're going to be on the island of the Sunless Sea.
I can't cast that here.
Oh, goodness me. I am wrecked. Oh, I am dead. Look at that. I'm dead! Ooh, I shouldn't have even attempted that. Good night. I'm done. I'm not ready for Island of the Sunless Sea. There are some quests that Mordor has in this game that we would naturally be unaware of how dangerous they are unless we step in. That's one of those quests. Just straight up nasty. Let's see. What can I do? What? That's not what I did. See, realistic character? No, there is no coming back for him.
Hello, my friend.
Interesting piece of equipment here. Long mace of expertise. So that's 22 out of 64. But there's an increase in crit chance, so I do like this one.
Greetings.
Over the sledgehammer, I mean. Besides, sledgehammer doesn't sell very much. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, there's no coming back for that character. It'll be like hardcore mode all over again. And we don't want to deal with that. Which reminds me, this game actually does have... This mod, in particular, actually has a hardcore mode. Okay, I'm dead. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm just not going down there yet because these monsters right here. Okay, there it is. There it is. It's happening. Oh, don't get caught in the middle of that. What's the matter with you, man? Okay, good night. Oh gosh. No, don't kill me! He killed me. What was I looking forward to? Okay, that's one small thing. So I had the right motive. Hey, how you doing, Ryadom? How's it going, man? Oh my gosh. But the nightmare mode wasn't that. In retrospect, actually roguelike in a sense. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It was about as rogue it was going to get, in a sense. Oh goodness. Yeah, here they come. Here they come. Ooh, man. No, I want no part of that. That's just nasty. Like, straight up devious, man. Just keep moving, like side to side like that. You'll be good, man. Oh goodness. Okay, that level up just actually helped me out a bit. I'm appreciative of that. No! Oh my gosh. I mean, you wouldn't have to start over in nightmare mode. There is a hardcore mode in this game, but I'm not sure how it is in nightmare. I really have no idea what it is in nightmare. I might have to maneuver. Oh, okay, no, that's not happening. I think I know what I need to do. Oh, there's no. Yeah, there they are. Freaking A, they're the monsters right there. No, I'm not trying to get hit by all that. 3 more monsters to go. Okay. That just happened. Get rid of that. I'm sure that I could wear that, but at the same time, I don't want to because the dexterity requirement. Oh gosh, it's happening again. Really wish I had a Fury right now. Freak. Okay, I got it. Jeez. Wait, I look kind of furious? Unfortunately, this is not a multiplayer character. It's single player. I haven't played multiplayer on the Hell 2 yet. It's like, wait. It's like, so I look furious? Furious how? What do you mean furious? Do I startle you? I'm only kidding. It's like, but if I look furious for some odd reason, I try not to look furious. Okay, take care of you. Get off me. Get off me, savages. Okay. Oh, right. Oh yeah, that was right. That was right. I definitely wanted Fury. Fury is a really good skill to have in this game, though. Oh my gosh, I might die here. Straight up. I can use Fury. Oh, snap. Goodness. Can I survive? Whatever little... No, I can't. Dagnabbit! I gotta start all over again. Oh, goodness me. I was not paying attention. Had I been aware of me being able to use Fury right there and then, it would have been a whole different story. And we're good. Okay. Save the game. Freaking save. That was my mistake last time. I didn't save. And now that I have the game saved, we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna turn the tide on these guys. Wait. Okay. Much better. Should have done this earlier. As soon as I caught wind of being able to use Fury, I should have been able to use it. No.
Not enough mana.
Oh my freaking gosh. Stop it. No! Oh my... Where is it? There we go. Over to you too. Certainly would be a nice feature, though. Not gonna lie about that. Do I have any more Fury? I don't have any more Fury. Oh, snap. Get this guy by himself. That could have went south. Thank goodness for elemental damage. So we got another rare ring there. Cool stuff. Something that I think will be really cool,
my friend,
would be, what was it? I had it in my head, and I just thought about it. I thought I forgot until I remembered again. So, a really cool feature would be like an auto sort when it comes to your potions, and your other gear. That'd be really cool to have. Does she have Fury yet?
Hello, good friend.
Ah, dagnabbit.
Hello, good friend. 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 Hello, good friend.
Yeah, it'll be similar to how Diablo 2 did it. When you have a belt that actually determines the amount of potions you can have.
Hello, good friend.
And the amount of potions you can wear. It'd be really cool.
Hello, good friend.
I'm not gonna keep searching for Fury. Alright, we can't find it.
Greetings!
Hello, Crit. Okay, that's happening. Oh, they're all started jumping in on me. Jeez. This game reminds me a whole lot. You stand in one spot for too long, they will surround you, man. Okay, I get Book of Golem, a book that I'll never be able to use as a gladiator, but I don't get Fury. Game, give me Fury. What is the problem? It's like not one single book of Fury. My goodness. That's right. Where you going? Huh? Take the raft. There we go. Ooh, you mother... These trap arrows, man. Hate those things. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. There's a Book of Fury that you can get. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not sure if it's in this game yet, but I'm hope it is in this mod. So I'd be like, man, I'd be a little ticked if I didn't find it in this mod. You gotta be kidding me. Just like that, huh? Alright, well, I'll take it. Sure. Right? The irony of that, huh? Okay, you firing stuff at me? Let me just go ahead and head over to where you are. I got a pancake. Yes. Although, naturally, I'm a waffle kind of guy. I like plenty of butter on the waffle and just have the right amount of syrup on there and I'm good to go. Even got myself I have myself a waffle iron. I can do waffles any time. Oh, this is awesome. Getting plenty of healing now. Don't stop me now. Gonna have a good time. Having a ball. Yes. This game is awesome. And just think, the graphics are really simple in comparison to today, right? But nothing brings me more edge of my seat kind of gameplay as opposed to this ARPG right here. I mean, there are some ARPGs that are cool, they look cool, but that's the problem. They look cool. They don't feel cool. Also, this game has a way of telling you that you're not ready for a certain part of the game. And you're just willing to accept that after a while. You'll be like, you know what? I'll come back to this. It's like, don't you guys worry. I'll come back to this area as soon as I train for about another few levels, get my stats up a good bit, and then we're going to conquer this thing. But when it comes to some other ARPGs out there, it's kind of like, it's not that you weren't ready, you were more than equipped to beat it, but then there's just this small technicality that got in your way that just really ticked you off. You'd be like, man, if it wasn't for that... Oh yeah, Belgian waffles. Belgian waffles, man. They're awesome. I mean, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm a Belgian waffle fan over pancakes any day. I mean, for anyone who doesn't agree, I apologize. I'm a Belgian waffle fan. Ooh, no! Doorway. Well, I'll tell you what, Rydon. And I'll tell you what. I got myself a passport, a legit passport, right? Which means that I can do international travel at any time I please. You know what? I got the proof right here. See? I recently got a passport this past month. So, With that passport, I can do international travel, go see some really cool places. I know, always wanted to go to Europe, always wanted to go to Russia, taste some really good food there, because I'm a food fan. I like tasting brand new, different kind of food. No, you don't. Oh, no, you didn't. These guys are trying to tear my health down. None of that, none of that. Oh, Copper Wing is in my way. Had to kill that guy. The Stone Sleep allows them to regenerate health crazy fast. And I was like, nah, I'm not having that. Yes, it could be. Well, if anyone were to think about a Philadelphia cheesesteak, you have to go to Philadelphia for the cheesesteak. I mean, that's where the name came from. So it's only fair. So, if I'm gonna get the authentic Russian pancake, I have to travel to Russia to get that pancake. No questions about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, that's the end game right there. The end-all, be-all. You go to Russia to get yourself a pancake. You have not lived until you tried a Russian pancake. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting here. Because Will Smith even said it best on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When it comes to the Philadelphia cheesesteak, it's not a real Philadelphia cheesesteak unless you go to Philly. You can even look at the bag where the Philly cheesesteak came in. If there's no grease stain, that's not a real Philadelphia cheesesteak. Otherwise, you'll be able to see through the bag by now. Ah, man. Okay, I'm not doing that again. But this speedy travel here. Crazy awesome. Yeah, definitely. With that comfort food right there, I could sleep easy. There are moments on Saturdays where I'll get up really early in the morning to do like a 2 to 3 hour workout, right? And then I'll head home. What was it? Make myself like a small stack of waffles somewhere around 2, 3, or maybe even 4. Some waffles, some eggs, and as soon as I eat that, I'm right back in the bed again. Like, man, I could sleep knowing that I had a good meal.
Take heed and bear witness to the truths that lie herein, for they are the last legacy of the Horadrim. Nearly 300 years ago, it came to be known that the three prime evils of the burning hells had mysteriously come to our world. The three brothers ravaged the lands of the East for decades, while humanity was left trembling in their wake. Our order, the Horadrim, was founded by a group of secretive magi to hunt down and capture the three evils once and for all. The original Horadrim captured two of the three within powerful artifacts known as Soul Stones and buried them deep beneath the desolate eastern sands. The third evil escaped capture and fled to the west with many of the Horadrim in pursuit. The third evil, known as Diablo, the Lord of Terror, was eventually captured, his essence set in a soul stone and buried within this labyrinth. Be warned that the soul stone must be kept from discovery by those not of the faith. If Diablo were to be released, he would seek a body that is easily controlled, as he would be very weak, perhaps that of an old man or a child.
See, that narration voice right there. You don't get that. You don't get that anywhere else. Oh my goodness. Good times, good times. But unfortunately, we are at the end of the stream. I know it's bad. I know it's really bad. But unfortunately, I have to wake up and be a very responsible adult at some crazy early time in the morning. So I gotta wrap it up here. For those who stuck around to watch, for those who have recently followed, for those who even visited, it doesn't matter. I thank you all for your time, and I sincerely hope you all be safe out there, and maybe we'll see each other again on the next stream. We'll talk more about waffles next time. I gotta get some sleep. You guys be safe.